Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 7th episode of Culture Shocks or Rocks, the show where we look at cultures that shock and cultures that really rock. My name is Duduzana Mqaba, and today I'm going to be talking about the 5 biggest challenges that I've been facing ever since I came back from Germany, coming to South Africa. Without wasting any time, number 1. The first challenge I've been facing is the driving and the speed. What do I mean by the driving and the speed? In Germany, there is no speed limit. Yes, I said it. There is no speed limit. There's something called the Autobahn, which is a highway where you drive with absolutely no speed limit. So having to come to South Africa, well, that's the first thing. There is no speed limit. And the second thing is that you drive on the opposite side. So the car is on the opposite side and you sit on the opposite side as a driver. So coming back to South Africa, I had to start driving 120 kilometers per hour, which was really a challenge for me because I always drove 160, 180, and then I was like, yo, you're in South Africa. And then I came down to 120. And then after a few minutes, I'd go back up to 140, 160, and I'd have to always push myself. So I kept on forgetting, and I had to always, sort of calm myself down to remember that, yo, you're in South Africa, man, so please calm down. That's the first one. The second challenge that I've been facing is not being able to hug people, especially my grannies. I mean, imagine I've been gone for a year. I've been in a foreign country for a year, and people have been missing me, and I've been missing people, and people have been so worried about me because of Corona and everything else. Now that I come back, obviously I'm happy. You want to make a party, you want to celebrate, you want to have people over, you want to give people hugs and kisses, you want to smell the people, you want to feel the people. But unfortunately, because of Corona, I cannot do that. It's kind of weird, honestly. It's kind of awkward sometimes. It's like when you see a person for the first time after such a long time, you normally would hug and do this whole thing, but I don't know. Sometimes I want to hug them, but they don't want to hug me, so it sort of becomes awkward a little bit. So yeah, that's the second one. Now the third challenge. The third challenge is masks and having to sanitize your hands everywhere you go. When I was in Germany, everybody had to wear masks, of course, but hand sanitizing, it wasn't like in South Africa. In South Africa, every shop you go to, you sanitize your hands. Every building, every infrastructure you go to, there's a hand sanitizer. There is even a machine that checks your temperature. And it becomes even worse when you go to the mall, because you get into the mall, you sanitize your hands. You get into a shop, you sanitize your hand. You get out of the shop into another shop, you sanitize your hands. By the end of the day that you've been going into every shop in the mall, man, your hands are so white, they look like that guy from TikTok. You know that guy from TikTok? Because you've been sanitizing your hands so much. And it was not like that in Germany. In Germany, I've never sanitized my hands, except my own personal sanitizer, but there's no sanitizers at shops, is basically what I'm trying to say. So this has been very, not necessarily a challenge, but it's been different for me. And then another thing, when I said masks, that is so different for me is when this whole mask lifestyle and when Corona entered and when our lives changed so much. I was in Germany, so I didn't grow accustomed to South Africans wearing masks. I grew accustomed to Germans wearing masks. So having to come back to South Africa, to a country where I know people do not wear masks, people are loud, people are happy, people are huggy and touching. I get here and then I see the community wearing a mask, the community wearing masks. It was so weird for me because I've never seen it before. It was my first time seeing a community wearing masks, a community of South Africa. Because when people started wearing masks, when it was new for everybody, I was not here. So I didn't really get used to this whole thing. I just got here one moment and then all of a sudden everybody's wearing a mask. So that was really weird for me. I won't lie. It was really different for me seeing South Africans wearing masks. It's not like seeing Germans wearing masks. It's just two different things. Number 4 is sunlight and time. What do I mean by that? Sunlight and time works so differently between Germany and South Africa. Let me talk about the two seasons, the two main seasons, winter and summer. In Germany, in winter, there's a lot of darkness. Like there's more darkness than there is light. It gets dark as early as about 4 p.m. It's already getting dark. And then sunlight only rises at maybe 10 a.m. the next morning. So which means it's most of the time dark when it's winter. And then the summer. Summer is like the complete opposite. The sunlight until 11 p.m. in the night. Imagine 11 in the night having sunlight. Isn't that just... Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. And then it's going to get dark, and then sunlight is going to rise up again. Sunlight is going to rise up again at maybe 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. And then it's complete sunlight the whole day until 11 p.m. in the night. So that's how it is in Germany. So obviously coming to South Africa, it's not like that. It's completely different. It was a challenge to me, especially when you look at the sun outside, when you look at light outside, and then you look at the time. When I came back to South Africa, there would be so much light outside, and then I would think that it's maybe, I don't know, it's maybe 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. And then when I look at the time, it's only 4 or it's only 3 p.m. So that was really a challenge for me in the beginning, because the light and time was working so differently, and I had to sort of adjust to light and time being so different. And then the last, which is number 5, the last challenge that I was facing, that I still face in South Africa, is people's expectations on me because I come from Europe, because I come from Germany, especially when it comes to money. So apparently I'm rich. Apparently I've got a lot of money just because I went to Europe. So people are always asking me for money. They're asking me to take them out. They're asking me to do this, do that, whatever. Because I've got money, apparently, because I come from Europe. Which I understand why they think like that. It's just this whole stigma or stereotype around people that go to Europe and having money and whatnot. Which it is slightly true that they do have money, but it's still a challenge for me. Also considering the fact that I didn't go there to do like a professional job. I went there to go and volunteer. Even though I was getting money, I wasn't getting the amount of money that I would say I would get doing something professional, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think that's my last challenge, people's expectations. And not only the money part, but just people generally thinking that I'm going to now change the world, or I'm going to now change South Africa because I've got so much knowledge and I've got so much experience. I've been to Germany and I know everything that no one knows, basically, or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, those are the 5 biggest challenges that I've been facing, that I still face since I've been back in South Africa. Some of them I've already overcome already, but some of them are still things that I come across now and then. Yeah. One last thing I need to tell you is that make sure that you watch the video that I'm posting on Thursday. On Thursday, I'm going to be talking about a new chapter, which I'm very excited about, a new journey that I'm going into, a new journey that I'm entering, a new phase in my life, something that I always wanted to do. Just to give you a hint, I've started a business. Which I'm running full-time, 100%. My main focus at this point in my life. And I'm going to be talking about that on Thursday. So make sure you don't miss out the video that I'm going to be posting on Thursday. Thursday, 10 a.m. This coming Thursday, 10 a.m. Make sure you don't miss out that video. It's going to be lit. From myself, Duduzano Mqaba, thank you very much for watching this video. I appreciate it. Goodbye.